I never really asked you or talked about why you weren't at Kobe Bryant's funeral. One of the saddest times in NBA history was Kobe Bryant's funeral. The guest list, on the other hand, told a very different story. LeBron James was kicked out of the game for supposedly making Kobe's last night a big deal. Shaquille O'Neal almost didn't get asked because of a fight that his family never really got over. When Derek Fisher showed up, he was turned away at the door. These NBA players were not allowed to attend Kobe Bryant's funeral, and you will be shocked by why. Big LeBron James. A lot of people know LeBron James as the face of the NBA and as the son of Michael Jordan. He scored 29 points the night before Kobe Bryant's sad helicopter crash. In the same game, he passed Kobe as the player with the most points ever. What if I told you that LeBron James wasn't supposed to be at the funeral? Close Lakers employees, who did not want to be named for fear of retaliation, say that Vanessa Bryant made a choice that surprised team management. LeBron would not be allowed to go to Kobe's funeral. Why? She thought LeBron made Kobe's last night about himself. The rumors got stronger after Stephen A. Smith wrote a scathing article about LeBron's lack of attendance at important events, suggesting that there is a pattern of disrespect. The induction of Dwayne Wade into the Basketball Hall of Fame, even though Wade was the main reason you won your first title. That comment caused a lot of trouble. Online fans started talking about the idea that LeBron and Kobe had a fight in the last few months of Kobe's life. Was it ego, jealousy, or just two alphas fighting over who would get the legacy? Someone wrote that LeBron made Kobe's night all about him. It was meant to be passing the torch, not taking it. And then there's LeBron's silence, the king who always finds a way to make a touching Instagram tribute. There were no tweets, comments, or public funerals. A fan who was outside of Staples Center told CNN, "Our family has been such big Laker fans, and it's brought us together just watching games together and talking about how inspiring Kobe has been for us. It's really tough now. People saw that LeBron wasn't at the public event. When asked about it again later, he said, 'I mourn in private,' which was meant to avoid the subject. But was that really the reason?" This was added to by ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith in an ESPN show. "You have to be out of the country for work." Some people supported him, saying that the media made the fight between Kobe and LeBron look worse than it really was. But Stephen A.'s words are still scary. He said he didn't talk about these things because he wanted to show respect, but now everyone is talking about them. It was heavy, raw, and real in the arena that day. Mike Tyson himself broke down. LeBron's absence wasn't just one player skipping one event. For many fans, it meant a broken brotherhood and a time when ego got in the way of humanity. Many people were interested. Not just fans. Reports say that league executives pushed for a moment of peace to be held at the funeral. It didn't happen. Was it pride? Did it hurt? Or did they punish them? We might never know the whole truth. But many fans will never look at LeBron James the same way again after he was turned away from Kobe Bryant's funeral. After that, he shared the court, the title, and the fight with Kobe Bryant. But when it was time to leave, Shaquille O'Neal was almost turned away at the door. Kobe's running back, Shaquille O'Neal, was also a three-time NBA winner, becoming known as the Diesel. Some people didn't think Shaquille O'Neal would show up to Kobe Bryant's funeral at the Staples Center, which was a surprise. A Lakers employee said in a now-deleted post that Vanessa Bryant at first forgot to include Shaq at all. Why? They had been tense for years, and some of the problems didn't go away even after their famous fight was over. Let's go back. It wasn't just a clash of egos between Kobe and Shaq. It was war. Hits in the locker room, shade in the news conference, and diss tracks. During one point, they couldn't be in the same room without yelling at each other. They finally made up in public, but sources say Kobe's family never forgot how hard that fight was on his mental and emotional health. An insider with the Lakers, Arash Markazi, says that there were still some people in Kobe's inner group who thought Shaq never really apologized. Shaq wasn't going to miss the goodbye for his little brother, though. Several people close to the Lakers say that Shaq directly reached out to Vanessa and offered to give a speech, but she turned him down at first. Vanessa didn't want to let him talk until Kobe's parents stepped in and reminded her of the years Shaq and Kobe built the Lakers' success. When he did, it was something I will never forget. We sometimes argued, fought, joked around, or insulted each other with offhand comments like childish kids. To be clear, I don't agree, but even the people thought we were at odds when the cameras were off. We'd wink at each other and say, "Let's go whoop some ass." That one line from Shaq, "There's no I in team," brought the house down. I know, but that mother "ah" has an M-E in it. It was very Kobe. It was very Shaq. Under all the laughing, though, the room felt heavy with sadness. A lot of Shaq fans were shocked that he wasn't already going to talk on social media. Someone tweeted that this family feud is worse than we thought if Shaq had to ask to go. Shaq talked to ESPN after the tribute and talked about how Kobe's death made him feel. I lost a brother, a friend, and a part of my heart. But what was the real tragedy? They had just begun to talk again when Kobe suddenly died, ending their chance to make up for everything. Shaq did get his chance, though. He was able to say goodbye. Some people weren't as lucky. The next player was a five-time winner and legend of the Lakers. Many people thought he would sit in the front row. They told him to turn a route. When he got there, though, Ian Fisher Derek. He won 5 NBA titles with the Lakers and was Kobe's co-captain. Derek Fisher loved his brother more than any other person on the team, or so he thought. Derek Fisher tried to get into the memorial but was turned away at the door, according to stories from people who were there and confirmed by a local reporter who covered the event at the Staples Center. He hadn't been invited, and Fisher was treated like an outsider in a place that was supposed to feel like family. Why? People who know the Bryant family say it came down to one word: betrayal. Before Fisher retired, Kobe and Fisher were always together. But after Fisher retired, his relationship with the ex-wife of former Lakers player Matt Barnes and other scandals put him at odds with the close-knit Lakers brotherhood. In the last few years of his life, Kobe allegedly grew apart from Fisher. Friends say he never said anything in public, but he thought Fisher had broken the rules. A former teammate who spoke to the Athletics without giving their name said, "That's not someone Kobe would want around his daughters." Even so, a lot of fans were furious. Fisher had been with Kobe during some of the team's best moments, like the 0.4-second game winner against the Spurs. Shannon Sharpe couldn't believe what she was hearing on Undisputed. "Are you telling me Derek Fisher wasn't even allowed in the building? That's really cold. What made things worse?" Fisher never talked about what happened in public. Nothing to post, say, or talk about. He seemed to have disappeared into the past of the Laker team. The question that many fans still have is, was Fisher's absence a quiet request or a public punishment? Next, a past MVP, a teammate who turned into a rival, and one of the most shocking facts of all, he was told that if he showed up, he would be led away. Howard Dwight. People used to think that Dwight Howard, a great big man with freakish athleticism and a permanent smile, would take over for Kobe. But that smile went away quickly when he joined the Lakers in 2012. Kobe didn't treat him that way. Insiders say they never forgive him and didn't trust him. When Kobe died and Dwight wrote a long tribute on Instagram, fans thought he'd be at the funeral. But behind the scenes, people say Vanessa Bryant told event security to be on high alert. Take Dwight Howard out if he shows up without being asked. It was a very hard blow, and for good reason. Everyone knew about their nasty public fight. It was famous that Kobe called Dwight Howard the nicest big man he'd ever played with during a game between the Lakers and the Rockets. After the game, Kobe said that the effects of that moment would last for years. Others on Kobe's team said he thought Dwight was lazy, not serious, and not faithful. He wasn't just mad, he felt insulted. When it was time to honor the Mamba, Dwight wasn't invited to any of the events. ESPN's Ramona Shelburne says he didn't even find out when the funeral was until the day of. Fans sat this and were very angry about it. It was called Kobe's Final Block in a Reddit thread that has since gone viral and has over 10,000 views. Kobe kept Dwight out of the paint even when he was dead. Dwight has tried to move on, which is good. He told someone else later, "I wasn't expecting anything. I had my own way of grieving. I adored Kobe. I loved him even when he didn't love me back." Still, the fact that they were not allowed to enter the building shows how bad their anger was. And Kobe wasn't just mad. It was from the Bryant family. The Mamba didn't feel good about everyone who wore the shirt. Carmelo Anthony, one of the best players in NBA history, is next. He is a Hall of Famer and says his name was taken out of Kobe's story. Kobe Bryant and Carmelo Anthony had played together before. They were chosen 7 years apart and were fierce teammates and friends in the Olympics, but Carmelo Anthony wasn't at Kobe's funeral at Staples Center in 2020. And Melo himself says that wasn't his choice. In a part of his show that has since been taken down, Melo dropped the bombshell. For Melo, this was about him. During their time with Team USA, he and Kobe became very close friends. Melo praised Kobe for getting up at 4 a.m. every morning to train in Beijing in a clip from the documentary Redeem Team. He had a link with her, but he was iced out. When asked by GQ Sports, a Bryant family spokesperson wouldn't say why some players weren't invited. But someone who was close to the team planning the event said Vanessa only wanted family and real brothers. She liked Melo, but she didn't think of him as family. Fans were shocked. There were a lot of posts on Twitter like, "Carmelo wore Kobe's shoes in 2008. This is how you repay him?" It was a surprise that Melo wasn't there. Even Stephen A. Smith, who doesn't usually say nice things, really shocked. Dad, after the funeral, Mello didn't say much, but during an emotional scene on All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, he hinted at ongoing pain. That funeral showed me who's real and who wasn't, he said. Being left out felt like betrayal for someone who was once called Kobe's best wing scorer. One man's story, on the other hand, was even more sad. He played with Kobe in purple and gold, but his past kept him from playing with them. Young, Weedy P, the cute and funny clown prince of Los Angeles. Nick Young had been more than just a Laker. A lot of people liked him. They didn't invite Nick when Kobe died, though. He was actually said to be on a ban. Why? Just 2 words. Russell and D'Angelo. Don't forget that Nick Young was at the center of one of the biggest team's locker room scandals ever. A rookie guard named D'Angelo Russell secretly recorded a film that quickly went viral, letting everyone know that Nick had been cheating on his fiancée Iggy Azalea. The damage was nuclear. There was no more trust. The dressing room fell apart, and Kobe was furious. A few days after the story broke, Kobe was asked about it in an interview.